I've been collecting a lot of yarn that I haven't used up for like months now, so I wanted to show you guys everything before I actually like made any projects out of it. So today I wanted to do like a recent fiber haul. Welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, my name is Kate, and this specific haul is over like months. Definitely didn't buy all of this at once. I just did a huge yarn clean out to make some room for this stuff, and obviously now that it's getting colder, I've been wanting to use up all of this like cozy wool. I feel like I bought a lot of nice wool when it was warm out, and I just wasn't really inspired to make anything with it just because it was too hot out. So now I really want to start using up a lot of this stuff. Let's just get started. So I think I'm gonna start with fibers for spinning and then work my way up to like bulkier yarns. So let's start with some roving. First, I got some roving from the scrap exchange. I actually got 3 of them for $3 each. So all of this was $9. I'd say it's maybe a little bit more than 4 ounces. It's a mix of like a grayish blue. It does feel a little bit rougher than like a merino wool. I don't know exactly what it is. Oh, there's actually also a little bit of pink in there. So this stuff will be fun to spin and ply up. Again, I got this from the Scrap Exchange, which is a creative reuse center. I really got lucky because they don't often have roving there. Like I've really only found roving there a few times just because I feel like spinning isn't super popular, especially like in my area. Not a lot of the stores have spinning stuff. So I got really lucky finding some stuff there. And then I got some of this brown roving from a stand at the farmer's market here. They sell roving, yarn, dryer balls, and like other wool products. It's like a sheep farm. So I kind of just wanted to give their roving a try. I'm pretty sure all of their stuff is just undyed. It would be cool to apply this brown with like a lighter color yarn. I feel like that would look really cool. So definitely wanted to support that farm. So I just got a little bit of roving from them. And then this summer I was also in Asheville. So this was before all of the Hurricane Helene damage, which is very, very sad and like hurts my heart to even think of all the people that have been affected by that. And just like I have a friend that lives there, that's why I was there. So I just wanted to shout out my favorite store there. It's called Local Cloth. They have tons of spinning supplies, yarn, finished products, and stuff from local artists around the area. I don't think they're currently open due to all of the flooding and stuff, but they're trying to get back on their feet. So I'm gonna link a few resources down below that you can donate to them. There is donations that go to the local artists, but also the farmers that have been affected. But I do want to shout them out because they are my favorite store. I always want to go there when I visit. Last time I went, I got some roving. I think this is like a silk merino blend. I honestly haven't spun in a while. That's why it's like in this bag. This is how much I've spun so far, but it is hand dyed, I think with like walnuts and something else. I don't know what I did with the tag, but it is from the artist Vasanto. I'll link that down below as well. It's a little bit slippery, and as a beginner spinner, it's kind of hard to spin, but it is just like such a pretty color and it's so soft. And I'm excited to kind of finish this up. But yeah, she is very slubby, not consistent at all. Also from Local Cloth, I just bought a bunch of this undyed wool because I wanted to dye it, like do like a natural dye. I also bought like a little dye packet from them, but I'm just like scared to do it in my apartment for some reason. I feel like because people say like you need a mask and then you need all different dishes and stuff. So I don't know. I feel like I really wanted to get into hand dyeing, and I even bought a couple books and I have some checked out from the library on hand dyeing, but I don't know why. I'm just like scared to do it in my apartment. I don't know if you guys have any experience like dyeing stuff in your kitchen. Let me know any tips to like avoid cross-contamination and whatever. So I just bought this and I plan to dye this someday. That's why it's still just like in the package. It's like 4 ounces. And then I got this roving, which is this beautiful green color, and it kind of has some variations on the shade. And this is from Downtown Yarns that I went to in New York. It's as amazing as everyone says it is. I wish I could go back. I love Downtown Yarns. It's so incredible. Like the yarn selection's so great. This is Fleece Artist Merino Wool in the color Moss, and it's just so gorgeous, so soft. Love this. And then this is from Darn It Anyway, which is probably my favorite yarn store. It's in Stillwater, Minnesota. If anyone is in that area, you have to check it out. Like I am obsessed with that store, and they just recently started getting more spinning stuff. They even had electric wheels, which I was like highly considering buying when I was there, but I think I might order one online. And that's also something that I want some advice on, if you think it's worth it getting an electric wheel versus like a regular spinning wheel. The performance payoff, you know what I mean? But anyways, I got this roving. Look how gorgeous those colors are. It's just like the most beautiful blend, and it's so soft, and I think it might have like some silk in it. They also had a lot of other spinning supplies like carding brushes and blending boards. Most of the time you can't like find in store, at least like stores where I live or where I go. It's really hard to find like actual spinning supplies. I am so excited to spin this up. I actually had like an injury on my finger. I burned my finger really bad, so I haven't been able to spin because it's a lot of like pinching. So that's all like the roving stuff that I've collected over the last couple months. Now let's move on to, I guess we'll start at like a lace weight kind of situation. So these next two are from Darn It Anyways. They also have an online store. I'll obviously link everything down below for you guys, but I got this berroco Ariel yarn and the color is 3451. I don't know if it has a name, but this is a mohair silk blend and it's just so gorge. I feel like you can't really see it on camera, but it is like a really dark bluish green color. And I actually got this because they had a sample knit. It was this yarn held with a berroco vintage yarn, but they didn't have any of the other colors. So I wanted to like buy the whole thing to make the vest because you get the free pattern with it, but they didn't have it. And obviously I could have like ordered it online, but then I was just like, I'm gonna make a smart financial decision and just buy one and do like a little smaller project with it. I also liked it with this yarn. This is the Suri Stratus yarn from Plymouth Yarns and the color is light gray. This is a Suri alpaca and nylon blend. So I just really liked these two colors together. So I might make like either a balaclava or some like winter accessory with these two yarns. I just like these together. And then this is also from Downtown Yarns in New York. It's this noro yarn, and honestly any yarn that has like a rainbow type of tweed I'm obsessed with. I just like, I don't know what it is. Give me a yarn with some tweed. I never thought I would be like a super tweed advocate, but like it's just adds so much. Obviously it's hard to buy a lot of yarn like for a bigger project when you're traveling. So typically when I go places and I buy yarn, I'll limit myself to one skein for like a one skein project. So I typically think of like making socks because I definitely can make a pair of socks from one of these. So I think I'm gonna make socks with this yarn. It's so gorgeous. This is the Silk Garden Sock Solo yarn. Wool, silk, polyamide, and mohair. I feel like I've been obsessed with this like cobalt blue color for a while now. If you guys have watched some of my other videos, you probably know that, and they had so many different colors in this specific yarn and it was so hard to choose, but yeah, I did go with the cobalt blue color. This isn't like part of the haul, but I'm excited to use these, which are my handspun yarns, and I actually did finally do a project with one of my handspuns. I have this weird mental block with like using yarn that I've spun myself, so I finally made like a little beanie, and I didn't have enough to do like a fold over, but this fiber is from Yarns Etc. in Chapel Hill, North Carolina. I just plied like two different colors together, so I guess I already spun this, but this is from another store in Minnesota, Knitting from the Heart. And then this fiber I actually got on Etsy, and it's from a seller called Banshee Fiber Arts. It was actually a mystery bat. I guess these don't really count, but technically like they are new yarns to my collection. So I also bought this Cascade 220 yarn in, it's kind of like a neon yellow light green color. I just really am obsessed with this color. So, and these are just like 100% Peruvian Highland wool 1071. This is also from Knitting from the Heart. I feel like most Cascade yarns are a good bang for your buck. It's not like super high end, it's a little bit cheaper, but it is still like pretty good quality. So I do find Cascade yarns like pretty reliable in that sense. And then next I have all of these fun hanks of yarn from this website called Biscot Yarn. I just recently found them and I'm obsessed with all of their yarn. So they have mostly like their own hand-dyed yarn, but they also sell other yarns. I think the actual store is in New Jersey, but they have an amazing online site. So all of the names are like Harry Potter themed. Fall winter is such a Harry Potter time. It's so fun. So the first yarn that I picked out is the Griffin yarn, and it's in the shade Violet, and it's a 100% merino wool. It's coming up a little bit more blue on camera. It is like a really deep purple blue, and it's just so gorgeous. I love hand-dyed yarn. Like, it's just so rich. That's like the only word that I could describe it as. Also from Biscot Yarns is the Albus yarn, and this is the color Lavender. It's 50-50 merino and silk, and it's just like the softest yarn ever. I love this yarn and I'm so excited. I think I'm gonna make either a pair of leg warmers or like hand warmers with this yarn. That's kind of what I was planning on doing. It is like a single ply yarn. It has like a really nice finish to it. And then finally I have this like reddish pink orange. There's a lot of different like shades within this hand-dyed yarn. It's just so good, you guys. So this is a Lane Robert collection. It's a Highland, 100% Peruvian Highland untreated wool. I don't know French, so I'm sorry if I'm pronouncing this wrong. Imperatrice, just so beautiful. I'll definitely be ordering more hand-dyed yarns from them. And lucky for you guys, I actually have a code with them. So if you want to get 10% off your entire order. Use the code minigru.studios. I will link that all below as well. And I'm so excited to show you guys what I make with these yarns. Next, I have like 3 random skeins of this lamb's pride wool. So I think these 2 I actually thrifted. So this one was $3. Gorgeous. I just love a classic gray. And then this one has been used, I'm pretty sure. And I think this one's a little bit older. This color is khaki. This one I actually bought like full price at Yarns Etc. in Chapel Hill, and it's another lamb's pride bulky, and it's just like this really pretty lavender color. I also bought this yarn from Yarns Etc. It's the wool Clasica, and I'm pretty sure this is like a non-profit organization. Manos Uruguay is a non-profit organization which assembles women in cooperatives throughout the countryside of Uruguay. The aim of the organization is to bring economic and social opportunities to rural women, which is really cool to support. So then the Clasica wool is a hardy, warm, and honest wool with a rustic beauty, and I feel that like this is a very uniquely spun yarn. Like this is also just like such a gorgeous color. It's the color Persimmon, and this is also 100% wool. So I love this yarn. A little bit pricey, but it makes sense why. My vision for these yarns is like this all together in a sweater. I like, actually gotta add like kind of a more neutral gray. I want to make a sweater with this color palette, which is why I've been kind of hoarding all of this yarn. I haven't jumped into that big of a project yet, but I think that is my plan for this yarn. Next is another yarn that I got in New York, and it is this piece and fleece yarn. This is from the Brooklyn General Store in New York, and I highly recommend going there. They have a lot of incredible yarn, but I will say that place is very, very pricey even compared to like downtown yarns. Like their yarns are expensive, but honestly, if you're looking to get some good high quality yarn, definitely check them out. They also have fabric and stuff there too. So this is the piece and fleece worsted weight. It's 75% wool, 25% mohair, and the color is Evening Marigold. So I mean, look at how gorgeous this color is. And then the last thing in this haul is this Blue Sky Fibers super bulky yarn in this beautiful chartreuse color. I love this color, guys. It's like one of my favorite colors. I'm so drawn to like every single shade of green. This is in the color Golden Meadow, and it is 100% fine Highland wool. Again, while I'm traveling, if I have a limited amount of room in my suitcase, I try to stick with like single skein projects that are in my mind, and I feel like this like bulky wool would be really good for like a pair of mittens or a beanie or something like that. So yeah, only one of them could probably fit in my suitcase, but that's what I got. And this yarn is from Knitty City, which is also just like an incredible yarn store in Manhattan. Because I teased you guys in my last vlog like about the yarn that I got in New York, because I didn't show it because I wanted to show it in this video. This is everything that I bought in New York, and you can kind of get the idea of like what my color palette is right now. But other than that, I do like to buy yarn when I travel. I just think it's fun to visit new yarn stores, which is why I buy so much yarn when I travel, because I do like to support the smaller yarn stores. I will try to link everything down below of where I got everything, and obviously you guys will be seeing me make stuff with this yarn in my upcoming videos. I have like a lot of ideas for stuff that I want to do with this yarn. I can finally put it up on my shelf because I have room, because I just did a huge yarn clean out, yarn, fabric, notions, like everything. I just kind of like needed to get rid of a lot of stuff. So I actually filmed a vlog on that, which will be out soon. Let me know what your favorite yarn slash fiber was from this haul. Again, I'll leave a link down below for Biscot yarns. Take advantage of that 10% off, you guys. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you give it a like and make sure you subscribe, please. It really helps me out, and I love having this little community here. So definitely consider subscribing. And yeah, other than that, I hope you have a great day, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.